Hello and welcome to the best show on YouView.
That's right, Jess. It's another exciting semester of Daybreak.
This morning's top stories start with large budget cuts to the Port Authority. Does this affect you?
Jess and I talk about our newfound passion, pottery.
And it's time to wake up, Pittsburgh, because here comes Daybreak. Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Jess, fall is supposed to be soon, but it's been pretty warm lately.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It is.
Maybe it'll stay the same. Maybe it'll get colder. Sarah Gibson's over there weather for us. What do we have in store for this week coming up?
All right, well, we're going to have a lovely day for the pep rally later today with a high of 77 and a low of 60, so you're going to want to keep those windbreakers on hand. And you're going to want to keep them on hand for the rest of the week. We have lows of 61, 61, and 63. But while you're going to want to hold on to those windbreakers, you're also going to want to hold on to some shades because we have highs of 82 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday, and oh, no, I did that right, and 84 on Monday. But then later in the week, it's going to cool down back when classes start again with 74, 75, and 78. That's the weather for this week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
I guess we got warm weather coming. I like the warm weather, but it's fall time. I'm ready to be in the hoodies and flannels.
Ready. Exactly. They see the little leaves changing,
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Here's City and Point Park news. Pittsburgh residents were very concerned with the government's state and current budget proposal for Port Authority. According to WPXI, the state wants to take $357 million out of a trust fund that is typically devoted to transportation. Also, it is said that this would lead to about $80 million in cuts for 2018. A large number of residents regularly use the Port Authority system here in Pittsburgh, and it is predicted that rates would increase and weekend and evening routes would no longer be an option for commuters.
This running back can juke and dive and sprint, but can he dilly? According to the Trib, current Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell visited a New Kensington Dairy Queen, putting his Blizzard skills to the test. Jared Abraham, co-owner of this establishment, said, quote, "He was like another guy here. He was cool, he joked, he loves Dairy Queen," end quote. It was during this time that Bell learned the exquisite dilly bar, got to make a few blizzards, and even dipped a few cones for some very lucky Steelers fans. Keep an eye out for Bell on the field and perhaps at your local Dairy Queen.
Also, goats at Carnegie Mellon University were brought in by the university's groundskeeping department for a new eco-friendly approach to maintaining the grounds. According to KDKA, the goats came from Allegheny Goatscape, an organization created to rid properties of overgrown vegetation, on campus. The goats are between Gates Center and the Purnell Center for the Arts to take care of these vines called kudzu vines, which are attempting to take over native plants on this campus. Gavin Deming of Allegheny Goatscape said, quote, "They eat 24 hours a day, essentially. They eat, rest, and then they keep eating," end quote. These goats are expected to be on campus for the remainder of the week.
Last Thursday, a sex offender was arrested on Point Park's campus in Lawrence Hall. Reported by the Point Park Globe, 36-year-old Knoxville resident Dalbert Banks was charged with aggravated assault after getting into an altercation with campus police when being approached. This led to him being tased, setting off an emergency alarm while he was running out before being arrested on the sidewalk. According to students, he has previously been watching the dance classes in the George Roland White Dance Studio. This comes as Point Park stripped back on desk attendance being present during school hours. However, attendants are present during the night hours on campus. If you see anything suspicious on campus, contact Public Safety at 222 on a campus phone or 412-392-3960.
The Center for Media Innovation kicked off its one-year anniversary with a plaque unveiling this Tuesday. The plaque was named in honor of the late Dick Skife, a former Trib Total Media publisher, as Center Director Andy Conti was a former Trib investigative reporter. Media panels and workshops were set up through the day to celebrate the milestone featuring journalists and quote, media innovators in the Pittsburgh region. Tweets from local journalists such as former PPU alum and KDKA anchor Bob Pompiani poured in with congratulations. The CMI has numerous of events coming up in the rest of this semester and into the next school year.
And Point Park's BFA in dance program was named one of the top 10 best in the country. Per OnStage blog, the university came in number 8 this year, on the same list as Juilliard, Southern Methodist University, and Indiana University. The blog stated that, quote, as a dance student at Point Park University, you engage in rigorous training in state-of-the-art facilities, progressing to the high level of performance in order to achieve success in your career, end quote. Dance students currently perform in the George Roland White Center in Lawrence Hall and the Pittsburgh Playhouse in Oakland. The blog also noted that dance majors do intensive training in ballet, jazz, and modern dance, making students a, quote, triple threat, end quote.
So, Alex, we have a lot going on here in the city and on campus with with Port Authority, with everything else. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think with Port Authority, we still get the dollar discount here at Point Park after 7 p.m. during the week. And I know on the weekend we have the dollar discount as well, but how much is that going to affect, especially since Point Park is a really commuter-based school?
Right.
How is that going to affect someone that's trying to, get home after class, or even think about the people in the area that live here? How are they going to get to work?
Right, exactly. And I think, half of the campus is commuters, so
Yeah.
that's going to be affecting us a lot, I feel like.
And then security here at Point Park. I know it's been an issue since even last semester. What are we going to do?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
because there was, a bunch of layoffs and everything. Hopefully something can be resolved here.
Hopefully something can get resolved.
Yeah.
After the break, one of our own favorite Pittsburgh Penguins is back at practice.
And how some people in Florida are still in danger even after Irma.
We got more for your mornings only on Daybreak.
What would you do to create something that could survive 1,000 years? You'd start with a formula, head to the lab, and forge it with fire. Just imagine everything it could do. It could leak pollutants into the soil and water, or it could conserve energy, cut CO2 emissions, and reduce raw material. Recycling is more than cutting waste. Recycling is about the legacy you want to leave. Why on earth would you want to do anything else? Recycle. Don't throw away our chance at survival.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Krupp alongside Jess Paterchak. Tonight we begin with
The mayor is continuing to deal with the challenges the city is facing.
But tomorrow we have just a little bit of cloudiness. We have
off throughout the day with some strong wind gusts. That's going to continue tomorrow. 20
Teams have already started talking to free agents. Saturday's partly cloudy, but 70 degrees? Where is the pool at? I mean, come on.
You might have already burned your bracket, ripped it up. I am Royce Jones.
And I'm Casey Houlihan.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight for today.
UView Television is live here at the Center for Media Innovation with a very exclusive interview with Point Park's Black Diamond, our school mascot. We're taking questions on our social media at UView Television.
Our first question came in from @PointParkU Black Diamond. They want to know, what is one thing you love about Point Park?
UView.
I knew it.
UView's the best.
It is. All right, Alex, you want to read our next question?
Okay, we have another question from Point Park Cab. They're asking, when is the next time you're going to make a surprise appearance at their next event?
He's being coy. Looks like we're going to have to show up.
Yeah,
to
I
the
guess
event
we'll have to
out.
see.
All right, that's all we have for right now, but you can submit your own questions at UView Television, and we might read one of yours after the break.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Allison Schubert with your local sports. The Pittsburgh Panthers lost out to the Penn State Nittany Lions 14-33 in their second annual game in its revived rivalry. Taking place on Saturday, September 9th at Penn State home turf, Beaver Stadium, the Nittany Lions defeated the Panthers in front of the largest crowd the stadium has held, per NJ Advance Media. Although Pitt dominated in time of keeping the ball, Penn State fought back and eventually won with a larger margin between points than last year. In September 2016, Pitt defeated Penn State 42-39 during the first revived rivalry game held at Heinz Field. Pitt and Penn State will compete again next year at Heinz Field on Saturday, September 8th. The Pittsburgh Penguins defender Chris Letang will be back on the ice as he was cleared for contact at Penn's training camp, the Post-Gazette reported. During the Stanley Cup Finals, Letang had surgery to correct a herniated disc in his neck, rendering him out of the rest of the season. He told the PG on Tuesday's Summer Sticks golf tournament, quote, "We'll just start to go day by day," end quote, on him getting back on the ice this year. He also added that after the first initial days, he'll increase his workload. Letang has not played a full season since 2011. He hopes he can play this season in a way where he does not get injured as what happened in previous seasons. And according to the Steelers, the organization will host a North Shore kickoff rally today from 4 to 6 p.m. This comes as the Steelers will play against the Minnesota Vikings at its first home game of the season at Heinz Field this Sunday, September 17th at 1 p.m. Taking place on North Shore Drive between Chuck Knoll Way and Dorset Drive, the Free Pep Rally will be hosted by Pittsburgh DJ Steve Maffei Jr., with special guest Steelers alumni Sean Sweesum and Charlie Batch. The Pep Rally will also include performances by House of Soul and the Steel Line Drumline, and an appearance by Steely McBeam. The first regular season game for the Steelers kicked off last Sunday as they defeated the Cleveland Browns 21-18 at First Energy Stadium. I'm Allison Schubert signing off for your local sports. We have Royce Jones over at the news desk to kick off the news around the world. Royce?
Thanks, Allison. A criminal investigation is underway after 8 residents from a Florida nursing home died due to extreme temperatures. The rehabilitation center at Hollywood Hills has been without air conditioning since the Hurricane Irma tore through the town, knocking out a transformer that powers the AC. After responding to 3 emergency calls early Wednesday morning, Memorial Regional Hospital issued a walkthrough of the center. This is when they found 3 of the residents dead inside of the sweltering hot facility. Residents were immediately evacuated and sent to hospitals where they were treated for breathing, dehydration, and other heat-related illness. The other 5 died later that afternoon. Exactly how the deaths took place is still under investigation, but Hollywood Police Chief Tom Sanchez says authorities aren't ruling anything out. And 1 student was killed and 3 others left wounded after a student opened fire at a school in Spokane, Washington. ABC News reports the gunman entered the hallways of Freeman High School armed with multiple weapons. He attempted to fire his gun, but it jammed. That's when a brave student intervened to try and talk him out of it. Sadly, though, his attempts failed. The shooter pulled out a second gun and shot him dead. Authorities say he then fired more rounds down the hallway, striking 3 other students, leaving them in serious condition. While the motive is still being investigated, the suspect awaits his charges in juvenile lockup. All students involved in the shooting remain unidentified. Also in Washington, after months of sexual assault allegations, Seattle Mayor Ed Murray resigned. Seattle Times reporter Jim Bruner told CNN the allegations started back in April after 46-year-old Delvon Heckard accused Murray of molesting and raping him. Heckard also claims the Seattle mayor used to pay him for sex back when he was just a teenager. Following these allegations, 4 others came out with similar claims against Murray, among them Murray's former live-in foster son, who was removed from Murray's care back in the 80s due to abuse allegations. And just this week, a 5th accuser emerged with more allegations against Ed Murray, bringing the Seattle mayor to his resignation. City Council President Bruce Harrell will assume the position as mayor until November's election. Harrell has yet to accept the position.
So, Royce, with Ed Murray resigning here, how do you think this is going to play out in Washington? How do you see this affecting other rules?
You know, I do think that whenever things like this happen, it kind of does shake up the entire area. I mean, he's facing a lot of controversy. I mean, these are serious charges. Some interesting details, though, that I didn't get to mention was the 5th accuser was actually the mayor's cousin. He claims that Murray used to molest him back whenever he was just 13. This happened back in the 70s. He said things like Murray used to creep into the bedroom at night and harass him. He said that he sometimes used to even have to pretend sleep just so he could be safe. So, I mean, it is pretty serious allegations, and I can't wait to see how things play out. But that's all the national news I have for you guys. Now, did I hear something about pottery or Alex? Jess, what's going on?
Yeah, on a lighter note, we have something about pottery. We have our very own Nicole Pampina coming on to talk to us on Conversation Boulevard. So stick tuned after the break, and she'll be here to talk with us.
I shouldn't have to pay to walk down the street. Pay with my comfort, my freedom, my peace. Always on guard, on edge, off limits. Don't follow me, don't touch me, don't treat me like I'm yours. I don't need your whistles, your comments, your eyes. I already know I'm a prize. My confidence isn't for sale. Respect me, don't inspect me.
And when people ask us who can join UView, the answer really is anybody, and we mean anybody. Any major, any experience level. Some people, have a lot of experience coming out of high school, and others don't know how to really sit on a couch properly, and that's okay. We're here just to give you the chance to learn and have fun and prepare yourself for the real world. College, after all, it's all about trying new things.
Welcome back to Daybreak. We're joined by Nicole Pampina. She's currently the co-news editor of The Globe, but we're going to talk about other things. Come on, tell us, what about pottery? You brought this up to me the other day.
What about pottery? Oh, that was spur of the moment. I'm kind of salty about it right now because I actually can't do it at the moment. It's on Monday nights when I'm at the Globe, so that's actually kind of hand in hand. It's at the art center where I'm from in North Hills, and I just go there. I used to go there every Monday, and I've been doing it for 2 years.
2 years.
Well, break down the process to us. What all does this pottery night entail?
Oh man, you just get there and they charge you a lot. Well, not, it's reasonable for clay, and you need that, okay, and then you kind of form that, and then I learned in high school how to throw initially, and it's just kind of you slap it on the wheel and you just go at it. And I really don't know how to go in it. You literally just have to.
You go, it's right?
It's just spinning.
Yeah, it's the thing where you kind of you gotta center it first, and then you pull it up, and then you do whatever your little heart's content wants with it. So
what have you made?
So what have I made? Oh man, I've made jars and mugs. I made a lot of mugs actually. It's kind of sad. Bowls, vases.
It's good for a gift basket.
It
or
is.
something.
I always say you're getting a pot for Christmas, and that's just the way it is.
Can we get a pot for Christmas?
I mean, I can't go there, so you're gonna have to wait. But
that's fine. We'll wait.
We should get a Daybreak pot.
I can do that.
You can come with us.
I can do that. You'll have to tell me what you want, and I'll do it. It won't be huge. They're kind of small. I'm not good at making
all right,
large things. I probably can't make something of that size.
Okay.
So not yet. I used to be able to.
Okay.
All right.
So.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said you're interested in the arts. So what else do you have going on?
Well, there's photography, so that's kind of neat, I guess. I mean, I feel like that's kind of, a lot of people do that. I've been doing that for a few years, too. I draw whenever I have a chance sometimes, but
That's nice.
That does sound nice.
And speaking of photography, did you take any pictures at the inauguration back in January?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I actually
that.
got a picture of Donald Trump. I was his hand, and I saw his toupee. I didn't get the toupee in the photo, but
no.
I got he's waving. This is all you see in the limo, and that's about it.
Just the hand.
Just the hand, but I'm good with just the hand. It's fine.
Well, hey, it's something.
So. I only took 90 photos, actually. I was there for 12 hours, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel you,
that.
me too. I was there a long day.
I was expecting at least 500, and that didn't happen.
No.
So.
Well, with the experience, what's the most memorable thing you can recall about it?
Oh my God, that was wild all around. I would say.
I could agree.
Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't even say. I think just seeing all the protests, like literally every single block, there was something else and there was something new. And we didn't run into anything violent, although my friend got like indirectly pepper sprayed, but I wasn't with her. But like otherwise, it was pretty tame. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I only saw one protest there.
Yeah, the rest.
I didn't see everything where I was at was peaceful.
Really?
Yeah.
I forget what part we were in exactly, but like what part of DC. But I know we were on the parade route a lot, more than anything. Yeah. So.
That's fun. Has that photography there ventured on to other things related, unrelated?
Unrelated? No, I can't. I don't know. I can't say. I'm just kind of doing it.
Well, you're doing some graphic design and stuff too,
I
aren't you?
do that, yeah, for National Press Photographers Association.
Nice.
So like the logo, and we just had BP Miller for an event, so I designed that. So.
I did see those cards.
Yeah.
That was you.
I went to every single building and had to put those on the table. So I got my work. I probably got my steps in, but it wasn't that bad. I don't know.
Well, you'll
I don't
definitely
even
get your
count
steps
them.
in
I
here
don't
at
even
Point
count
Park.
them though, so I don't know.
Getting those steps in. It's definitely
Always get them here.
So.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But.
Well, I think that's
all
about all we have.
That's about all there's to it. I can bring you to the studio
that'd
sometime.
be
Like
nice.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, and actually you'll have to show us some of your pottery too.
Bring one in for the table.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Nicole Pampina, joining us for some cool talk on pottery. If you have anything cool about what's going on in pottery, you can follow us on Daybreak at UView on Facebook, and we'll see where it goes from there. And if you're a Grace fan, wait till you hear who is leaving.
Only here on Daybreak.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Does not matter if I'm short or tall. If I have skinny legs or my hips are wide. It only matters who I am inside.
Blue eyes, brown eyes, black or green. What makes me most beautiful cannot be seen. When you look at me, don't judge me by my parts.
The most beautiful thing about me is my heart.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Krupp alongside Jess Paterchak.
Take a look at the 5-day forecast.
You might have already burned your bracket, ripped it up, or put it through a paper shredder by now.
British Prime Minister Theresa May officially triggered Article 50 on Tuesday.
The World Baseball Classic has concluded with Team USA winning its first title in 4 WBC tournaments.
And that is your news tonight. With Royce Jones, I'm Danis Marrero. Have a great night.
Good morning, I'm Nick Tamarello. Welcome back to Daybreak, and here's your tech news. At their annual fall press event on Tuesday, September 12th, Apple unveiled the Apple Watch Series 3 with cellular and GPS compatibility, a new Apple TV that supports 4K, and 3 new iPhones, the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the futuristic iPhone 10. Sorry, iPhone 9. According to Apple, the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus will be available in silver, space gray, and gold. Both phones will have a full-body glass design, new stereo speakers, an updated Retina display, and a new processing chip called the A11 Bionic. Both phones will also feature new augmented reality capabilities, and finally, wireless charging. The iPhone 8 will have a 4.7-inch display with a single 12-megapixel camera that can shoot 4K video. And just like the 7 Plus, the iPhone 8 Plus will have a dual 12-megapixel camera with a 5.5-inch screen and an all-new feature only available on the 8 Plus called Portrait Lighting, where you can swipe through different settings that actually, quote, changes lighting of the contours all over your face to give you a perfect portrait photograph. Both phones will be available in 64 and 256 gigabyte options. The iPhone 8 will start at $699 and the 8 Plus at $799. Pre-orders start September 15th and will be available September 22nd. Both phones will be running iOS 11, which will be available to the public September 19th. Finally, in Apple canon, there was one more thing. With over 2.7 million pixels and a new OLED screen, the 5.8-inch Super Retina display iPhone X debuted in all of its full screen glory. Apple CEO Tim Cook said, quote, "The iPhone X is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. The new buttonless iPhone X has a new way to unlock your phone, Face ID. Face ID literally scans your face while using the phone's front-facing camera and stores it directly on a chip inside of the phone, just like the Touch ID on the previous models. According to Apple, Face ID is even more secure than using your fingerprint, with a 1 in 1 million chance of someone else being able to access your phone. Apple has also released a new update using the Face ID feature to bring you animated emojis, dubbed the name Animoji. It will be available in silver and space gray with a 64 gigabyte option starting at the low price of $999. And a 256 gigabyte option starting at $1,149 and will go on sale November 3rd. That's everything you need to know with the tech. Let's see who's in the entertainment spotlight now with Samir. Samir?
Thank you, Nick. What's up, guys and gals? I've got some really hot news this week. Let's get started. It seems that Dr. Ben Warren is going to be joining the Seattle, Washington Fire Department after all. Yes, that means Jason George is leaving Graceland Memorial Hospital, according to a tweet he released saying, quote, "Oh, and, this is happening. The hashtag Grey's Anatomy universe is expanding," end quote. With that, he attached a link to an article about a spin-off of the hit show. It was hinted at the Grey's Anatomy season 13 finale when he joined the quest to rescue Stephanie from the explosion that rocked Graceland Memorial Hospital. No need to worry, though. He will be joining a spin-off of Grey's Anatomy, which is set to premiere somewhere during 2018. The Grey's Anatomy returns for season 14 on Thursday, September 28th at 8 p.m. So, till then, I guess we'll have to see how this turns out. All I know is my Dr. Bailey better not get hurt. I'll come for you, Ben. Now on to a little cult action. American Horror Story has already hit the ground running. The much-anticipated season focuses around the stories of people going crazy with the fear of clowns after the 2016 election. On the season premiere, there were some familiar scenes with clowns added just for the fun. They started off with the night of the election with then-Republican candidate Donald Trump winning the election. This season is starting off strong with dropping an F-bomb within the first 10 minutes. This season will star Sarah Paulson, Evan Peters, Scream Queen alum Billy Lord, Cheyenne Jackson, and Lena Dunham. It has been reported that Lily Rabe, Lady Gaga, and Kathy Bates will not return. Still no Jessica Lange. Jessica, please return. For me, maybe, probably not. It seems that Stephen King's novel-turned-blockbuster movie remake, It, is fearing the money out of audience member wallets. The New Line Cinema film has been crushing expectations. The film brought in a record $123 million in ticket sales in the U.S. and Canada box offices. Maybe it's because of Swedish actor Billy Skarsgård, who's been the terrifying clown to life, Speaking of Skarsgård, he has been taking the internet by storm due to his attractiveness. Legit though, this guy is gorgeous. The 26-year-old is the scariest looking clown, but once you declinify him, just take a look. Heyo.
With American Horror Story, Jessica Lange still isn't coming back. She's probably never going to come back. What can we do to get her to come back on American Horror Story?
Well, Alex, if she had Twitter, I'd say we could just like blow up her Twitter, just be like, yo, Jess, we need you back. Because let's be honest, Sarah Paulson this season, not cutting it. So I don't know if we'll ever get Jessica Lange back, but it's supposed to tie in by the end of the series. So fingers crossed, maybe we'll get some Lange back. If not, I don't know how it's going to go. They better have Lily Ray back, though, as well. That's all you need to know with the entertainment news. Let's wrap things back up over at the couch. Well,
it's a nice way to kick off this semester.
Yeah, it's going really well.
First episode of Daybreak for 2017, the fall semester, though.
The fall.
Yeah.
We got it going, and it's really good. But thank you, guys. Be sure to follow Daybreak on UView on Facebook and all of our other social media platforms.
And UView Television. You can see us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We'll have everything from the shows ranging from sports to entertainment. We have all that. So tune in next time for the news you need. I'm Alex Grubbs.
And I'm Jess Paterchak, hoping your news is good news.